G'day, welcome to Pocket Women, Lockpicking and Locksport. Yep, we're a lock pond, we're in the workbench. We're swimming in the big pond today. And you know what that means, people? Yeah. Power tools. Making stuff. Modifying, adjusting, breaking, fixing. Anything can happen at these workbench days. So, who are the early birds in? Oh, let's check it out. We have the Aussies are in first, of course, because it's Aussie afternoon. It's now Tuesday, 46 p.m. in the afternoon on. Yep, I don't know what today's date is. Something March, something. Elijah, you can tell us what today is. Snake, g'day. You're still awake, mate? Snake's awake in America. Good to see you, Snake, and Mossy Pigs. Elijah Carney, Dean P. Oh, Dean was jumping at the bit. Let's get this show on the road. Just ate some yummy food. That's always good. 2 nutrition eyes up, ready for a influx of information into the brain cells. You need some new locks to play with, and you should order a vice. Yes, you should, Dean. You should order a vice. So, Dan, if you're in America, you know to go to Restore for some cheaper locks. Gee, key man, the mob with the most is in the house. Welcome in, mate. Inyet. G'day, Inyet. Good to see you. Albert Alexander. G'day, welcome in. Right. So, we shall, suppose we'll give YouTube a minute to send out the notifications because I'm on my mobile, I'm on my phone, I'm not on Discord, I've not sent out any notifications, I have not notified anyone on Discord that we are live. All I did was put out a post quickly this morning to say that the live would be much later in the day due to an appointment I needed to attend this morning. So first of all, let's check the sound. How is sound for everyone? Is that slight breeze bugging the microphone? Do I need to turn the camera around to change the orientation of the microphone? How's it going? Man says sound is good. Excellent. And I also have you on a big tripod today, so I'll be zooming you around on that. Try not to trip over it. Well, heck. What's the heck, Dean? What are you heck at? Is heck mean? Is oh heck mean oh shit? Well heck mean oh shit in Australian, or is well heck just mean hey, heck, whatever that means? Is a well heck good or bad? Well, today's been a lovely day. It's been a mild day in the 30s, which is nice. Not in the 20s or the teens. Being very cold at night time, getting down to 15 odd degrees. It feels like winter is already here. What happened to spring? Don't know. Not spring, autumn. Bypassed autumn. We're going straight into winter overnight time. Oh, heck's usually bad. Heck and gosh is bad. Oh, okay. Yeah, that don't sound as, it's like, stub me toe. Oh gosh. Like, stub me toe. Oh heck. In Australia. So, yeah, the difference between the countries is interesting. How we express ourselves when things don't go quite the way we anticipate. When something goes owie, unexpected. Tubulars are tubular. Stellar, tubular. Indeedy. Tubulars are good. So to start off with, yes, we did say in the description or in the title, one of the two things I'm trying to put out information where I can think ahead of what's going to happen during a workbench live stream, is we're making a template for a tension wrench, a tubular tension wrench to go out to someone in the community so they can make their own. And we are also going to be making our own tubular lockpick that actually fits the locks that we have in front of us here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through the tools, the materials, and then we're going to get into it on how to go about it and the different ways you can actually pick a tubular lock. So you've never been able to open a tubular lock. Dean, what tools are you using? So before we get into how to make things, let's look at the tools available on the market to pick tubular locks out of the box, right? Now, the most manual of manual things we have, yeah, it could get loud as I have earplugs in DGQ, man, is this one. Now, this one was developed by Locknerd, who then gave it to Sparrows to develop. Not to develop, to, yeah, focusing. Why can't my actual camera focus? Whoa, don't trip over the tripod. See, I told you I'd trip over the bloody tripod. Okay, let's try and hook it something. And, okay, that way. So this is a, oh, why can't you focus? This is a tubular lockpick. There's two sides to it for picking two different styles of tubular locks. This is one where the tensioning occurs deep within the lock. In there. There's a little tensioning thing you have to get hold of. Well, that's what the dog leg's for a particular kind of lock that has the little tensioning required from the inside. The other side is the one that does not have that little dog leg. That is your standard for these sort of ones that don't require the dog leg. That's what they are for. However, these do not fit the Aussie ones. So this, on this one, it's too big. On the other one, it's too small. We have no in between. Exactly. So a lot of people have them but don't use them because they can't be used on all locks. There's only certain ones. So when you get, you know, a new tool like that brought out and it's displayed, it's usually displayed on one type of lock. You go to use it on other ones and it's like, well, this thing don't work on the locks we need it to work on. So there's that one. There's also the ones that Sparrows brought out that I couldn't find my version of that has this on one end and comb picks on the other. That's exactly the same as that. Measurements are all exactly the same. The other tubular, as a train goes past, the other tubular lockpicks we've got are these ones. Now, these are nice because it's an all-in-one tool. You just pick it up and make it go. And it's shiny. And we like that. As Locksporters, we do like a bit of shiny. However, these don't work in all Aussie locks either. Now, to date, there's only been one I have managed to get to work on an Aussie lock. That's I think it's the red one. Yep. And I've had to remove most of the bands and finger pick it with just these. So instead of pushing it down, doing a bit of wiggle, jiggle, wiggle, jiggle, wiggle, jiggle, and then boom, it opens, we have to do it manually with each of the fingers. So these still don't work in Aussie locks. So they're your commercial ones. So what we're going to do today is we're going to do this one. We're going to make that. Yes, indeed. You're ordering one of these next, Dilbert? So, what we need to begin is safety. As always, when working with metals, we're working with power tools, or we're working with files. Regardless if we're working with metals, we need... we go. Can we move it? Let's see. We can adjust the camera as we go. Right. You need a respirator or a face mask, something to stop those small particulates of brass, steel dust going into your lungs, because they will. That's not nice. That's not good for you. Not meant to be processing metal in your lungs. Watch. Matt's lockpick, welcome in, mate. You have those tubular tension wrenches and have never used them. Exactly. And I've never used mine. The square one was just 1.5. Oh, you have some bigger. So you and Yet having a chat about something different, that's okay, as long as I don't have to try and apply those measurements to here. You need something to hold your work down with. You've got to be able to secure your work. You can't have it running all over the place, causing an upset, falling down, flicking around. You don't want none of that. You want control of your work. How do you get control of your work? Get yourself a third hand. Who's your third hand? That's your clamps. So you can use those, you can use these, whatever floats your boat, but clamp your work, keep it safe. Next thing we need is safety gear. So safety eyewear, so either have safety glasses, goes over your own glasses if they are not safety glasses, or just a plain safety glasses to wear, or you can go full hog and go full face mask, shield, and of course you need your protection. And you know, the general common sense that comes with using electricity, using power tools, watch out for kickback. Don't wear loose clothing. That's the other rule of using power tools. No loose clothing or hair or accessories. So, rings, bracelets, hair, danglies, whatever can get caught in a rotating power tool. You do not have dangling anywhere near it. Tuck that beastie in. Put it elsewhere. Do not lean over a power tool. Any power tool. Whether it's a big one or a little one with hair dangling over it. It'll get sucked in faster than anything, and all of a sudden you get yourself a bowl patch. You did quite a lot of Matt's lock shop did quite a bit of tubular lock service back in the day. Interesting. So Matt, to get into them, how were you picking them? Were you single pin picking them? Were you using something similar to the tubular pick, where you could use the what do you call them, tines? The long skinny bits that go down. You could use them. What the? Geez, do we not have focus? Okay, let's just clean the camera. Are you gonna focus? Crazy. And you won't zoom in on the view. Okay, so these times, use them as a finger pick. Ah, the HPC tubular lockpick. So the locksmith version of one of these. Yes, indeed. So I know that Locknoob recently put out a video showing the tubular tension wrench that he has developed with multi-pick. The difference is that this part here, is cut out for a dome. So some of these have a dome top on them to stop the tubular picks from going in. So Lockney just made a tubular tension wrench to bypass that one. So problem solved. So we're not going to make one of those today because we don't have 1-2 template up against. Yours says Huck. Yes, mine was Huck or something. Yeah, it took me ages to save up for them, and then when I finally got them and tried them on my only tubular lockpick that I had, the one I got from the washing machine laundromat, and they gave it to me, and then it wouldn't work on them, and I thought, oh, not nice, not nice at all, because I wanted to be able to kick a washing machine lock, but then. Oh, yes, some have a ball bearing in the middle to prevent drilling. Yes, that's part of the domeness as well. Oh, let's try and go past. So what we're going to do is just take a look at let's look at some materials we can use as stock to make this out of. Now, before I start, let's take some measurements. Let's give you some measurements so you know what your baseline is for your stock. Now remember, you can adjust all of this once you make the tools to make it thinner. Can't make it thicker, can't add stuff, but you can make it thinner. Right, so millimeters, here we go. So go to focus. So they're bar stock, do it up in the middle there. 0.082 millimeters. So if we then go that, it's 32.5 thou. Of the width. Dropped it. Bent it. Dropped it. Doing a little while. Okay, try again. There. 9.02 millimeters. Dropped it. Call it 9 millimeters, which is that. 35 thou with the 4 at the end, whatever that, however you say that, imperial measurement. So your thickness, your width, your height is relevant. Just make it as long as stuff as you want, but your relevant height is this height. on the bottom of your dog leg. Not your dog leg, the bottom bit. To that bit. Come on. I'm just eyeballing this. We'll get more exact measurements. Just giving you an idea. 1.82 mil. 71.5 thou. That's what we're going to do. Now with these, there's two ends for a reason. One is the end that goes into the tensioning section, and the other end bites into the lock to enable you to tension it, to give it tensioning force, and that is the little pointy end, and it is angled inside. So the distance that we'll be modifying today really is twofold. So on some locks I have, this distance needs adjusting. Other locks I have, this distance needs adjusting. So Matt's got a Chinese knockoff hang on. Let's get at the start of the conversation. You would like an electric. Oh, I can highlight stuff. I wondered if I could highlight things because I'm on the phone. I haven't done Streamyard on the phone without the computer beside me backing me up. I don't have the computer outside today. My wife's using it. You would like an electric tubular key cutter instead of the what are they called? Start with H, I think. The name will come back to me in a moment. Some CNC type cutters do tubular keys, yes. And yet, couldn't understand how a little circular lock is better than a disc lock for storage units. Now you know. Yep. Matt's Lock Shop. The ones I have, I don't have the vice to hold the key. Do they make a vice? Or was it never supposed to cut them? Matt says, I have a Chinese knockoff that I believe I can get one for. The other one doesn't do them. The key machine. Yes. Hurdy-gurdy. You know the company. It's a hurdy-gurdy. Manual tubular lock key cutter. One of those crunchies. But you need three of them for, or is that the adjustable? Is it the adjustable, or is it the one where you need three? Can't remember. Because I don't have them. I don't use them, so I don't have them. So, where are we up to? Let's look at some stock that we can make this stuff out of. And it's not, so initially I was asked about stuff to make kits out of. So let's answer that question first. We've got three options here. In Australia, we got two options here in Australia that are not commercial and one that is a commercial. So these here, and they polish up nice. These are street sweeper blades. Here in Adelaide, in some suburbs, they're still. Hang on, puppy. Hang on, I've got a puppy woofing at me. Hang on. Apparently the puppy needs to say get out of the fields. Hey puppy, look up. Say hello to everyone. Flies. We don't like flies. Yes, there's a bit of crud out here to be sorted. Oh, wrong way. In the middle of metals recycling. Things that have died. Right. Now, materials. So, street sweeper blades are good. You can make little picks out of them. Not as easy to pick with, but yeah, possible, because you can make it as length as possible, which gives you more purchase, which, you know, gives you more leverage and stuff to pick with. So yeah, a valid pick. Make it and tensioner. Next one of these. This one is like a truck's wiper blade. So they're nice and thick. That's the thickest, the widest one you can get is a truck's wiper blade. And then the next one down is your medium size. It's your car one. And then the smallest is your thinner. So that's your 3 thicknesses, widths of tensioner tool that we're using Locksport. We can get them out of wiper blades. Not all wiper blades are equal. A lot of the modern ones, they just snap as soon as you try and bend them and stuff. A lot of the wiper blades now are replaced with a plastic sleeve inside instead of metal support. It's all plastic now. So I've gone to some wrecking yards and checked and have a look around and what is that banging noise? What are you doing, dog? Okay. Dogs do weird things. The next bit of flat stock that we can use, I've probably got around the house. Hacksaw blade. And yeah, the width is good. Look at this. We can use this. Look at that. That fits on there nice. Look at that. We only need the top part. Yeah, that'll work. All right. That's good flat stock. You can also make your picks out of these. The next thing we have is your commercial stuff. So bare bones lockpicking here in Australia, they sell pick blanks. They also sell this, which is, if they don't have them on their website, just leave a comment, ask bare bones to hook you up with it. Flat stock. So this was originally this. Yep. So this flat stock, for instance, this length of flat stock, these were the old Peterson days. That's enough to make a tubular tool plus a pick. So that is your flat bar stock. The other thing you can use is a broken pick. Yeah. Like that, see? Doesn't matter if you've got your cutouts in there. You just want the middle bit. Yep. Boom. Tensioner. Right there. Ready to go. And you can also make another pick out of your broken pick. Do what I did. I made a tensioner. The other thing you can use as your flat stock are these. You can pick these up rather cheap at, garage sales and all the rest of it. This is filler gauge. So you've got your choices. You can make yourself a supply of them out of all the different sizes. So that's pretty cool. So you can use filler gauge as your flat stock. You can also use filler gauge as your flat stock for making picks. Though you don't have your length, depends on the length of your feeler gauge. You can buy feeler gauge stock that is really long. I haven't been able to buy it in Australia. You'd have to get it overseas. But yeah, but these are cheap enough, easy enough to pick up cheaply at garage sales and stuff. So think about using feeler gauge. The other thing we have is the commercial flat stock. So this is the one for tensioners. And yes, you can also make a pick out of this. The thing with this this one is quite thick, which is why I like the comparable same thickness is to the thickest one with the truck windscreen wiper to the commercial stock is the thickness. And just going by eye, that looks the same. But it makes a difference when you go into the medium and smaller tensioner that you would use, because they're the most common sizes you'd use. And that is a lot thicker than that, which would cause an issue. So I haven't used any of this because I haven't needed to. I've got other tensioners, but this would be good to make some picks out of. What else? So that's just some common things around the house. You may just have to make a gear out. Still kicking. Hey, mate. Yes, they are great to make handcuff shims. Hey, while I've got you here, check this out. Hang on, I just need a pair of tweezers. Back in a minute. Talk amongst yourself. Be kind. GQ man, you're in charge. James Randall. G'day, mate. David Romano. G'day. So, still kicking, mate. Check this out. Now we're talking the 120N Lockwood. Oh, mate. This was right there, looking me in the eye the whole time, but, you can't see for looking when you're trying to search for something under duress. So this is what I want to show that you're in for, mate. Just so you're not going in blind and you wonder why the hell you can't do shit. Let's try and get this on camera. Okay, so can you just focus? So you might have to look at it on the big screen, mate. That is a standard spool. Standard size, you're getting anything. Now this is the spool you get in the 120. Okay. Look at the size difference. Look at the height difference. It is heaps thinner, heaps longer. That's what you're in for, mate. Whoa! Oh, gross. I think that went up my sleeve. Yeah. Right, let's try and put it down here and get a little bit closer to it. Now it's getting a bit blowy now. That'll be right. Oh, you bet it's going to make it difficult. So, see the thinness around the spool section? See how thin-lipped they are? You think the Lockwood thin-lipped spools in the ovals and stuff can be narky, like in the 340, in the 334 range. Have a look at that. So that's what you're in for, mate. Oh yeah. But just realise that if you are going for a spool, oh, hang on, dropped everything down too low. If you're going for those spools, the feedback is not standard. You don't get a whole lot of. You might think you get a lot of feedback, but what you also got to combat. Have I got that in here? So your spools are that long. That's your plug. No, it doesn't look like that. That's my stuff up. That's your plug. Yep. That's your actuator. Now, if you that's your inside. So you've got, you've got the spring action actuator. So yes, it could be susceptible. I'm not sure if there's ball bearings. It wouldn't be. But spring action, it might be susceptible to a boom, bang bang attack. Yep. But if you have a look here, look at the length from there to there. So if you say that's the length of a key pin. Whoa, don't fly away. So if we say that's the length of a key pin, which is down in there, which means nothing, but it still needs to push this up that far, okay? So then if you're looking at, stop rolling, spools roll, who'd have thunk it? So you've got your spool there, right? You've got all that room there, that spring. So not only do you have a long spool to counteract, you've got this, really spring to counteract. And it is a heavy spring too. So you are going to have a lot of fun with your 120N, mate. So I chucked it in there. Something crashed you? You had a lock explode on you last night. Oh no, the stupid little pin cap over the pins popped off. Ooh, that's a pating. That's like a volcanic pating. Like, that's not good. That's like, oh, Struth, where do they all go? Yes, I had that happen to me on a lock the other live because I patinged it. Had to take the cap off, and then the second one, I was under control of second spring, and then the third spring went pating, and I lost it. Yep, you get an extra compressed spring with a long spool. So, picking might be difficult. But I haven't been picking on your lock. No one's been picking on your lock, so it hasn't had the death picked out of it like that 120 I had, because it was a hameo from a Locksporter. Yeah, I tried to do rubbing the other day, and it turned out I had all the wrong size bits for bits, and I couldn't even do one thing. I was not impressed. Right, back to the tubular tension tool. So, we are going to make our flat stock out of something as close to this thickness as possible. Right, minus 0.8 of a millimetre, 32 set. All right, 0.8 of a millimetre, 0.8 of a millimetre. Sorry. Stop. What were you rolling? Point 0.48 of a millimetre. Let's stop. There was one more choice of flat stop that you can use when you're making picks and when you're making tubular tools that would work quite well, and that is your Bowie blade. So your old saw blades will work as well. And of course, you can always get some rulers. There's your metal flat stock. I put 2 rulers together, 2 $3 rulers together to make my bump hammer, to give it the strength stability it needed. So, what shall we make ours out of? Let's have a look at what this is. The thickness of 0.6. Okay. How thick is it? Bowie blade. Might take the old one off. This is simple. 1 point. 1 point. So, and say a little ruler like this. It's quite thick. It's also the thickness of the Bowie blade. So we're going to do it with, what is this? Too flexy for that sort of tool. Alright, so what we might do is we're going to move this out of the way. We're going to use this as our template stock. Now this template stock will be heading off. Now remember that this template that I'm going to be giving you, Nemanata, is not the correct size for the Aussie ones. So you are going to have to go slowly when you cut your template so that you don't stuff up your internal. So you don't stuff up your internal dimensions or your external dimensions. So that, from the edge of that point to there, is our crucial measurement, really, that does not fit Aussie locks. The next part is this slope here. So the thickness from this edge to this edge can be too much on some of these locks. So this is just a template so that you can make adjustments to it. Yep. Okay, so we're going along that way. And you can make the ends any way you like, as comfortable as you like. Don't have to make them the way they've been made. Elijah says, did you hear that Darp is making some bump hammers soon for the website? No, I didn't hear. Cool. Do like coyotes would like coyotes attack your own dog? Do they attack domestic animals? Just for the sake of, do they consider them food? So I don't have any whatchamacallit, your proper tool, your metalworker tool colouring in stuff. So we're just going to use a Sharpie. Yep, Sharpie. That's it. That's all we're going to use is a Sharpie. So we're just going to lay it flat. Flat. Get our edges right. Yeah. Come on. Is it going to work? No, you mongrel. Why aren't you working? Right. All right. Then I'll talk amongst yourselves. Be kind. I'll be back. Go get another pen. Oh, got another pen. I came prepared. I brought the super smelly one because we're working outside. Well, that's helpful, isn't it? Right. And this is easy to work out because they have made this exactly. It's like half of the flat stock. Don't move. Well, that's shit. That didn't work. Right, how else can we do this? The pen's too thick. They can attack domestic animals. Ooh, that's nasty. Yeah, I'd bring my puppy in too. Alright, so let's just remove that. And begin again. Of course, we begin again. Because we are testing theories. Right. So we just got a bit of alcohol swab. And we're going to swab it. Swab you off of that. You messy, messy thing. Alright, well. So we're going to scribe it next. We're not going to try and do it the easy way because apparently the easy way, there's no easy way. That didn't work. So, yeah, let's scribe it. Ooh. Got something super fine, super sharp. There we go. Now I thought of it somehow. Spray paint, James. Uh-huh. Okay. The Aussie fly walks into shot. Good on you. Get off. Intruder in the lock ladder. Intruder in the lock ladder. Yeah. So get that right. Why do you keep moving? I'm not having sticky to stick it. Yeah, I'm wondering. I have it clamped to the bench. I have the bar stop clamped to the bench already. I'm going to have to glue it, aren't I? I have to glue that sucker, aren't I? Yep. Oh, I run out of shade here. Ha! I have to move the camera close. That's it. See? Under that location. Right. Camera. Right. 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 You're going up high. Okay. It's sort of hanging off the, there we go. Sort of hanging off the cabin. That didn't work. Alright, we were hanging off the workbench. Delicately balanced, you'll be right. Don't fall. Everyone hold tight. Now we don't have the edge of the thing to use as a, well, oh, you munchy. Okay. Let's move you closer to there then. Whoa, flipped it. Yeah. Nowhere else to take is where there's shade. Okay. Apparently it helps if you've got all three legs of your tripod down. Try again. Oh, shit. Okay, right. I think do this another way. No, we can't. Alright, we're just going to have to hustle. We're going to have to hustle, people. Because it's starting to overheat. So if we are cut off because we've moved the camera, we shall just continue. We'll move it and continue in the lockload. We need to have it there. Okay, so this sort of glue or this sort of glue? What's the best one for me to use? Duct tape. Duct tape. What? No, I can't scan, can't print, can't do that. Yeah, 3D printers are changing the way we do everything, which is just great. So I'm wondering what's the best type of printer to use. And I'm on the raised section of the workbench. Great. It's not sit flat anyway. I spin you around like a rag doll. Probably at 75%. It's supposed to be charging. All right, let's try glue. What sort's the best glue? Can't see the chat now. Fuck it. All right, let's try the Try the U stick first. Up. How do you get them open? How do you get them open? Yeah, it's been a long time since I used one of these things. Right, let's whack it on. There we go. Be nice to each other. Stick. Stick, stick, stick. Okay. Stick it. Clamp it. Ah, fuck it. Clamp it and I just moved it everywhere. So moved it when I clamped it. Yeah. That should dry in a second given where we are. Out in the sun. Sorry. I'm going to need to get a second one to do the other profile. Back in a sec. I can't find the second one. So where is it? Is it out on the bench somewhere? Huh. Where are you? Unbelievable. These days in the Lock Lab, things are just going wherever they want to go. So, do one at a time then. Two of them. We may as well pull out another one. So I'm wondering if this could be a good scribe. Can we use that as a scribe? Sure. Don't think so. So with the this one, actually have in the rack. They're a bit close. Yeah, I want to just chase it. Oh, good on you, Dean. Dean's making videos. GK Man, can you grab Dean's link and put it in the chat, please? Outline it with a nail. Oh, yeah? Yeah, I was just holding it steady. I just wanted to hold it in place so I could trace it. All right, let's get a nail. All right. Good new nail. Thanks, GQ Man. So that link GQ Man's just put in the chat is the link to Dean. So let's take that off there. Did that even half work? Well, it's not fallen off, but it has slid down a little bit. So I'm not happy about that. But profile we want is there, and it is flush, so we shall go with that. That we're happy with. We'll call that happy days. We shall continue to secure it. Yep, doesn't have to be the actual video, just the channel. Yeah, everyone's got to have their thing. Yarning with a nail. Yes. Very. Why are we dropping power? Remind me, I've got to go get a new battery thing. Let's see. It seems to have moved more. It seems to have moved more, like it didn't stick at all. Get. No, that thing's moved. You mongrel. So this sticking, but it's not sticking. So, but it's enough for me to control it with, I guess, to do a no, we'll just hold the back edge then. To do a scribe. Maybe I should have better vision on. All right, I'm going to get my magnifiers. Oh, magnifiers. See what we're doing. Yeah, that's frequency 11.5. See how we go. Put some shade over everything so we can see what we're doing. Clamp one size at a time and mark it. Clamp it. Shit it. Clamp it. Okay. Each time I clamp it, it wants to shift it. Okay, it didn't move at that time. Okay. Good. Doesn't even do anything. Oh, Nimanata. G'day, good morning, afternoon. It's afternoon, mate. We're making you a template for the tubular lockpick. So my first idea of how to do the template, I did not pan out. So Keyboard, g'day, how's it going, mate? Welcome in. Good to see you. I haven't had a chance to check out anyone's channel. I don't even know if you've been picking or enjoying your locks. So Nimanata, so what I've been saying is there's some crucial measurements here that do not suit the Australian tubular locks, okay? Now, the lock that I'll be sending you will be one like this. Okay, this does not fit this. So, there's two key measurements that we have issues with these picks. One is the internal measurement from that inside leg to inside leg. On some tubular locks we have, that is too wide or not wide enough. On others, it is this side. That is, so from that measurement to the back side of the leg to the front side of that angled leg is too wide. So sometimes the external measurement is too wide so that this binds up against the side of the lock and you can't actually get it to turn because it's too wide, or this area here isn't right. So they're the measurements you're going to have to ascertain with your own lock. This is just to give you a template, what they're looking like, and some practice flat stock to go along with. Now, this may not be the flat stock you need. It might be too flatsy. This is pick flat stock from Peterson's, but you can get the proper 301 high yield pick stock from Barebones Lockpicking. Just ask them. They do have the pick blanks. Yeah. On their side. And go back to the start of the video and I explain the other materials you can use for pick making, and I'll show you other stuff that you can be doing to make your picks out of that you probably have around your house. So I won't go back over that. All right, so let's hope that it did its thing, that side. You don't have to put the curved edges on it or anything. That's just a function of comfortableness. Make them as comfortable, make them any shape or uncomfortable as you like to use. Your pick, you don't have to copy what's here. Now, that's the dog leg I was telling you about. That's for particular locks that have tensioning from inside there. You have to tension it from inside there, and then you can you know, do that. See, even that doesn't even fit that. It's too big, too big. And with this, too big, no tension, no tension. And so we'll have to make some adjustments. No, you should be able to get 2 out of this. Let's see if that worked. Can you see the marks? Shit. So I flip it over. No, not a single bloody mark. Right, let's get the paint. Not going to cooperate. Ah, James. Yeah, but how will that hold up for transport? This needs to be transported. Australia Post, you know, mongrels with your postage. Yeah, it could end up anywhere on anything, under anything, and then delivered. So, yeah, I don't think the suit would work. Yeah, I know, we need some blue. What we got? Coming up with other methods. And we don't have a scanner. We can't print and stick. And you can't buy these in Australia. So we have to be able to make them ourselves. Ah, yeah, okay. I did do the Sharpie thing the other way, and then realised it wasn't actually going to cooperate that way, but I could actually do it that way, Dean. That's a good idea. Okay, let's do that. Let's try Dean's idea first before I crack open the extremely smelly paint. It could take me up for a week. Alright, let that dry. Alright, I'm going to have to get you another charger. You're going down too fast. Back in a minute. I can't see the screen now. It's too bright. Hey. Alright, let's just hope that it's charging. Right, let's go in this again. Right, use the smelly. It's just wiping itself off the thing. What the? Permanent marker. Marks on anything. Apparently. That was that shit. Hmm. The issue I had, it wasn't sticky and it kept moving on me to be able to scribe it. But we'll cope with that. That's the least of our issues, isn't it? It's about being able to get the thing scribed. Alright, let's take it right to the edge. Oh, get the extra magnifiers in. Hey, my wife's just bought me an umbrella. Let's attach this. Alright, that's what vices are for. It's hooking up into the vice. It doesn't give us enough height. We'll find out. Brush it. Yay! Alright, we're blue now. Will that stay? Or pop? Whoa! Oh, this is flash now. We got outdoor bloody shade for the first time. Okay, just wipe the sweat out of my eyes. It's stinging like buggery. Hang on. Give me a minute to get my vision back. Ah. Right, let's see if the marker's dried. And it's gonna scribe for me. What if I use this as the scribe? Let's give that a whirl. I'm gonna clamp it on the edge. I've got to clamp it over this way so that I can make sure that when it moves I can adjust it. Like that. Okay. Hey, I think we got it. Right, we're going in. Now the way everything's set up makes me want to do it left-handed. Can I scribe left-handed? Of course not. I'm going to have to come in under here and around. No, it's not going to be any blood. Hopefully, that's the plan. See, this actually feels like it's cutting into the metal, whereas the nail just like slid over the polished surface, basically. So this is our interior crucial measurement. And our other interior crucial measurement. That's our angle. That's our down. Okay. So some left-handed stuff. Probably won't give you the corners because, you know, left-handed. Okay. Let's see if that worked. Oh, actually stuck a little bit. That was helpful. Look at that. We're after the crucial four measurements, or two measurements, the outside to outside, inside to inside. Don't know if you can see them on the camera, but they're actually there. That actually described it really well. All right, let's flip it. Right, dry for a sec. Sorry, pigs, welcome in, mate. Up, we are crafting a tubular lockpick. We're doing a template and we're actually making one to fit my locks. And if that actually works, then on the back of this one, we'll put that template. Well, that just blew away, and that just blew away. Yeah, good on you. Oh, it's made a heap of difference having the umbrella, right? Yep, ready. So that side we did that, so this side we're doing that. Doing the dog leg. Now, don't forget you can make your arms as long or as thin as you want. Depends on what's comfortable for you. And that needs to come up more to the other end. Hit that dog leg. So they did not make this one out of 2 bits of standard flat stock. Had to have gone a little bit wider to have done that. That's interesting. But we'll give you the one with the dog leg anyway, because it is a template. So at the start of the video, I did mention all the other materials you can make these out of. So just grab that list, see what you got around the house. That's still not fitting if I go that far. I have to go right up. Right, so this one's not going to be, giving you the length because of where it is sitting. I'm going to have to bring it up higher, and it's not going to give you your width. This is just going, this part of the template with the dog leg is just going to give you this bit, basically. Yep, because it just won't fit. That's the bottom of it. So I just want to leave a bit of space between that one and that one in case you want to make the actual pick that you can use in Australia a bit longer. Yep, so we'll just do the dog leg over here a bit more. Now, the one that you saw on that video of lock nerds, that is for tubular locks that have that domed bit. That's that ball bearing anti-drill feature. And so I don't have one of those. I don't have one of those tensioners, and I don't have one of those locks. So won't be sending you that template. Okay, here we go. All right, stay there. Come down. Sit. Stay. Sit. Oh, squash it off. That'll do. All right, it's got to close my shed. Banging doors annoying me. Okay. Your speed picking very pick. Yes, don't cut it to exact size because you've got to modify it. This is just basically a basic template to take your measurements and stuff from. You know that you've got to go less on the inside, less on the outside, or more on the inside, or more on the outside. Just do your measurements. Do your measurements. Now this dog leg bit, it's going to come out as an X, not this dog leg bit, the other side of it. It's just easier to describe it that way. Oh, it's kind of more like coming out like an exploding star, really, than an X. Oh, there goes the sunnies. Right, let's see how that's going. Stay there. Don't move. Did you have to move? You did have to move, didn't you? Yeah, tool. What'd you move for? Stay. Alright, so I'm going to colour in the bits you're not supposed to worry about. So what I haven't done, I didn't do that entire bottom. Ah, ah. Back on the clamp. There, what's that big splash of? What's that big splash of gross? Oh, that was what I just put on there. You can get that big splash of grossness coming from. Well, I cook it there. Well, that explains. It's good to know. Things are there because I put them there. Mm. 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 Come on. The dog look on. So, just wondering if this one has got enough. Getting across the top as well. Across the edge. Two outside measurements. The outside measurement, your inside measurement, and your height measurement from the bottom to from the base of the pick to the top of the pick. So you've got this measurement here, this measurement here, there to there. You've got this measurement here and to there, and then you've got this measurement from here to there. So that measurement and that measurement changes on our lap. So let's have a look. Look at one that's locked up. You just use your key and freshener on a tubular lock. What? What sort of alien tech are you talking about, broke pigs? You use a key and freshener to open tubular picks? Well, that's a viral video waiting to happen, isn't it, mate? So the flat edge goes in the notch. This edge with the pointy bit and the angle is so that it can get in this little groove. But the thing we're finding is if it is a millimetre of a fraction too big, which is like this one, what is happening is that is so to get, oh yeah, I can't do that. Let's get you up in the air. Now with this one, to standing that side, and then this is supposed to be able to go in there where you can see it doesn't on this lock, go in there, and then that leg is supposed to be able to sit up against that circular bit and wedge in there a little bit, hence the slight angle on that leg to allow it to glide around there. So what we're finding, that's too big. So if I wedge it in there to get it to bind, it'll bind at that base point there. That's the only point it will bind. And oh, mate, puppy, what now? Sorry. So with this lock that I'm sending you are going to have to adjust for that inside measurement. The inside measurement is a fraction of a millimetre out. It needs this slide needs to come in a little bit, because when you go around, it needs to bind, and it's not. So on another kind of one I've got, which is like this, no one goes in there, and this has beveled. See, this is all beveled. So it is counteracting this leg. Yeah. So you need to have one that really fits well and then can get a little bit of a longer leg with less of a back edge on there. That back edge there, the pointy bit of the back edge before it starts to bevel, to be able to get it in, to even be able to tension this lock. So if you go the other way, so you can see the difference between the two legs. So when you look at this one is thin, tiny compared to this one. Yeah, but they perform the same function. So the one with the dog leg where you have to tension from the inside, you can't just tension this outer ring, you have to tension an inner ring. Yep. Is this one goes in, but look, it's miles too big. Doesn't even go in the center of the lock. It's out by heaps. So if we push it forward to tension that thing and then we get it to go like that and bind, it is still too big. We get no purchase, no binding, nothing. Same as this side. Yeah, we can get some binding, but we've got this bevel to counteract. So you have to make a different kind of tension to counteract a beveled one. The one I'm sending you is not beveled, it is flat edged. So it should be able to work in it. It is definitely going to be an interesting challenge. But yeah. But fun, because once you make your first tool that really works well in Locksport, it's awesome. Adds an awesome feeling. It goes along with all those good, happy feelings of getting opens. Being able to make a functional tool for your lock is a great feeling. So, Nemonata. So what I also spoke about at the front of the video was sending you some of these. So I'm going to put these in your box. I don't have to cut them down, but put some of this stock in your box. This is windscreen wiper stuff. So you just go to wreckers, you go to the old cars and pull them out. The thing with more modern cars is it's all plastic in them now. So, you know, coming hard to find the old windscreen wiper blades, metal bits, but they're out there. Also use street sweeper blades. They're good as well. They're a strong spring steel. They also make a nice lockpick. Very thin, but with your length, you get to brace it and make it a functional length. So you've got 3 sizes. You'll have the widest one, which is you get from trucks or buses. So you've got the wide, medium, and small thicknesses, widths, and the thicknesses are, this one's thinner, medium, and thicker. So I'm not going to send you flat stock like this because this is too thick. I can't even get this to go in any more locks. This flat stock, commercial flat stock, is too thick as a tension wrench. So on the widest one, it matches it, but it's too thick. It's even thicker than that. So, yeah, so I'm going to send you some of this, as well as the other stuff. Xfinity, g'day mate. The tensioning tooth has to be longer and thinner so it can get below the beveled edge, but not bind in the circular slot. There you go. That's the definition of why there's difference between the 2 sides of the legs. And the domed one that is put out, all that is just the same as this, but with a dome shape cut out of the top of it to suit the lock that it was designed for. So that's just a matter of taking a file to it. Xfinity, g'day mate. Well, I hate phones updating, that's for sure, bro. What? Oh, that's the lock freshener. That is a auto correct thing. Oh no. Okay. Yeah. As soon as he's just spent the last 4.5 hours writing 36 pages about how the moon landing wasn't fake, the amount of damn formula and calculations. Damn citations, it's a time to relax with locks. It's 2:10 a.m. Oh, mate. Oh, it sucks being still in school, I tell you. Having to do stuff like that. So, in with just catching up with the chat there, the autocorrect with broke picks lock freshener when you pick your tubular locks. What do you actually pick it with if it's not your lock freshener? So, Nimana, do you think these lines will be sufficient enough for you to be able to read this template from? If not, I'm going to always turn it over, put this on here, and spray it with paint so that you'll have, you know, two sides you can look at to see which one's better for your kind of eyes. What would you prefer? Do you want me to double-side it? It wasn't even homework. Oh, mate. Yeah, but which moon did they land on, mate? Did they land on the fake moon, the holographic sort of space base that's up there that reflects the sun that we see as the moon, or the actual moon, which is it's offset slightly from the moon that we know as the moon, which is why not even a century ago they said, they had, there's always been talk of two moons in the sky, and often you can see the original moon, but and you could see just recently when people said, "Oh, there's two moons in the sky," and the moon that we see is like this big, and the moon that is next to it, that we can't see all the time, that is our original moon, which is about that far away from it, is about that size. Had lots of impacts and stuff, detrimental effects from the Earth, things hitting the Earth, and it fragmented off, and it broke. It got damaged, and so it is a smaller moon. So this big thing is, so this is what causes our gravitational stuff, and we still have impact from this moon, but this moon that is the brightest thing in the sky that we only ever see the one face of, the one face of that one moon, when we know it's got different faces. Well, it is, conspiracy theorists say that is a space moon base with a hologram projection of the moon on it, and the light is a reflective thing from the sun, and our original moon is a tiny little thing next to it, which we could see recently in the sky, and it's not Venus. You can see where it is. It's different, and so that's why ancient times talk of two moons in the sky. a lot, because there was 2 moons in the sky before the other thing was put in place to stabilise the Earth's gravity. Because once our actual moon got tinged a bit, it affected our gravity. And so stabilisation was put in place by creating another mass that would draw gravity. So some theory like that. So don't know if I've just thrown another element of surprise to the paper you're just writing, but that's some of the theories that are going out there. Yeah, it's an open base. Oh, it's totally, see, Xfinity knows about this stuff. It is totally locked to the Earth, meaning it always faces us with one side. Okay. The same side, the same face of it, yeah, because it's just going that way, isn't it? Right, let's get to, let's put this one away, and let's get to the one we're actually going to be making for our lock. We're going to take our measurements directly from the lock because we can. Where is, okay, so this is one I've pulled apart in the past, and it is unlocked, so we will lock it up. I think we have to pick it some more to lock it. Bugger, let's try another one. That's locked up. So with this, see, normally when you put it in, by the time you've turned it to this point, not all the way to, 6 o'clock, when you've got to about, 4:30 or 4 or 5 o'clock, it should be gripping and binding. You should have tension on your lock by now. If you have to grab all the way tension down this way at the direct point, it is too big. So with this, we need to go, where's the magnifiers? So we can see a bit better. That goes in there, pull that all the way along. There's quite a gap there. I don't know if you can see that on this, if this is ever going to focus. Why does this not focus? Once you get it set with one thing on Streamyard, it does not let you do another one, unfortunately. It does not let you zoom in. That really sucks. But so if I go put that in there and go to, well, it's got to go at the flat part. That goes to there, but then it doesn't want to turn because it is wedged. So that leg, that back leg, the diagonal one, is wedging against this face of the lock. That external ring, the inner ring. So that means we need to possibly we need to, because it's riding up, pushing it out as we try and go around to get our measurement. So we're just going to go in less on the inside, so less of a width on the inside and less of a leg on the outside. So that's how we're going to do it. Yeah, it's not the dark side of the moon. Yeah, it's the light side of the moon. All right, back in a minute. I need to get a drink. about with all I've got. So with my visualizing things backwards, we are going to approach this. That flat stock is a lot thinner. So that's why I'm saying it's just template the stock mate, because this is pick stuff. This is a lot thicker. Sorry. As I was saying, there's a few things you can make your picks and things out of. And one of them is saw blades. And you can always make things out of things like this. You know, this is a faceplate of a lock. Yeah, it's thicker, but you can always thin it down. So what I might do is two rules put together. So I'm going to go for this for the moment. So we're going to do the scritchy scratchy again, but cut it. Wrong spot. That'll be right. And I want mine a bit longer. So we're going to go longer. Right. Scritchy scratch time. And I don't think the little teeth even do anything. I don't think they even touch it. So I wouldn't even bother adding those little teeth that are along there in it. I've never had them had that part grip a lot. I've just tried to get those two legs to work together. Right. Looks about right. Oh, straight. It's still saying the charger's not charging. Wow. Down to 23%. Oh, we're in trouble, people. We're in trouble. It is not coping at all. So, best way to do this would be probably yeah, I do have a lot of pain in the butt tubular. Yep, hacksaw blades work. And it might actually be better than this because it's a little bit thicker. So, but this is a brand new hacksaw blade, so I don't have an old hacksaw blade, so I don't want to use my hacksaw blade. So I'm using this. Yeah, exactly. So for that internal measurement, so what I'm thinking about is that leg, that part of the leg. So I need to come in a bit. So I'm thinking, which one will I bring in? I'm thinking I'll bring the rectangle side in a fraction. And always take more off that if it doesn't fit at the side. Yep, we'll do that. So how much longer did I want it? Center, it would need to come over this way a bit more. All right, let's cut. We're ready to cut. Whoa. Oh, mate, why is my phone charge dropping so fast? All right, let's put a third charger on it. Keep saying it's charging. What? 22% now. There we go. Well, that's okay. So, cutting tools. What would be the best cutting tool as far as Dremel equipment goes? Cut with. Thinking one of those things. G'day, lockpicking engineer. How's it going, mate? Welcome in. We're making a tensioner, a tubular lock tensioner. Okay. Safety on. Earplugs. Face mask. You're working with metals, you don't want any little metal particulates in those lungs. Do you an injury for life? Okay. So I don't know if you can still hear me. I've got the mask on, but you know if you can hear me or not. If it's too muffled, I'll shut up. Stop doing it. Yeah, well, I don't know. Elijah, I've got pizza. Right. All right, Xfinity, get some sleep, mate. Thanks for calling in. Appreciate it. Bendigo. Well, I'll tell you something about Bendigo in Australia you don't know. It's the birthplace of my Aboriginal ancestors. Yes, I'm Aboriginal. Partly, you know, the White Australia policy, let's breed it out of everyone. So, yeah. My great-grandmother is Aboriginal, Indigenous, from the Jajarurong region, tribe, of clan of Bendigo. Part of the Kulin Nation. Kulin Nation has 5 tribes in it, and Jajarurong is one of those. So, yeah, a little bit of Aussie history. So, I could cut right that way, but I couldn't cut that way because that was in the proper way. So, and we have to adjust our bits. So, I am cutting big to file small. I just told you about Bendigo. Part of the Kulin Nation. There's 5 tribes in the Kulin Nation, one of which is the Jajarurong, and that's where my ancestors come from. It's the smallest nations, the Aboriginal nations in Australia. Like Ngarrindjeri Nation has got 18 tribes in it. So Kulin Nation has 5. Mask. Okay. On your own. For what? It wasn't that. Sure. Yeah. Down to 100%. Why is this thing not charging? All right, let's get you on the power board. Check. Yeah, let's pause it here. So there. That's okay. Plug you in. Doesn't say charging. Isn't charging. Come on. With the power board's not changing. All right, time to get a ice brick. See, this is why it's not charging. Let's cool you down. Just nicely sit on top of it while you cool down. Just cool down a little bit. That's what you can do. All right, it's saying it's charging now. Try using a diamond disc. I thought about that in my mind. I was using diamond discs, always used diamond discs, and then I read somewhere that I was using the wrong disc for cutting metal, and then I changed. But yeah, I'll go back to my diamond. Thanks for the info, Mom. Appreciate it. And welcome to Locksport Hangout chat. We got real small on. Right. Okay. Just have to adjust bits. It's holding. All right. Maintaining its charge at 18%. I got more cables coming out of every angle, but we're going good. I reckon we can get this done. Sure, it can't be that bloody hard. All right, let's get back into it. Yeah, plugs in. I'll mute it for you. gravity of the situation. The gravity of the situation. Oh, Take you on a roller coaster ride today. All right, we got to see the battleship. Yep, it's a battleship. All time. So I figure there is no point filing these faces until I get these dimensions correct. Because otherwise, if I stuff those up and don't get those dimensions correct, then all of that time filing is a waste of time. That's what we're going to do. Things we can only see the scribe marks on a certain angle. Is it going to be the right angle to file on? Would be the question. So, I'm thinking we just don't know the past. No. Oh, I might just grab follow it lightly, roughly, or under roughly, just like this way. Alright. Talk amongst yourselves, be kind. So on this, I had to make the inside to inside smaller. And make it from the rectangle leg. So I'll go from the inside to there. So if I go center like that, it will give me room. Might be So yep. G'day, Mr. Happy. How's it going, Vice? Yes. Yes, get the thing out. Yes, lockpicking, Locksport. We're making Locksport tools. Exactly right, Mr. Happy. We do need a Vice, but at this stage, all I'm doing is trying to start the carts. So that's what I'm thinking, GQ man. The width of this is smaller than the width that we need. Sorry. Yeah, starting smaller. We just need to get it in the right spot. It's one useless wire. That's just bouncing off the metal. The young wobbly. I need to sit. Just the umbrella. Getting really quick now. Oh, crash. Yeah, fall down again. Yeah, dripping. Right. From this angle, I can't actually watch the cables. Okay, so let's see. I'll try and go a little smaller, because if I stuff this internal measurement up, that's the whole reason we're redoing the commercial pick is because the internal measurement is wrong. Do I have smaller ones? might work. Okay, that's more confident because it's a much wider, much narrower. Okay, all we need is a vice. We've got our vice occupied holding the umbrella. So, we need another vice. Right, back in a minute. Talk amongst yourselves, be kind to each other. Put the boat in the vice. Put down as low as you can so that it reduces the vibration. It makes it easier to foil. Let's bring you over to here. Where can you actually see? So that's where the thing is. Okay, you gotta go back there. Okay. Right. where is magnifiers? Yes, this is what we're making. Mr. Happy. That's a tension tool. A dual function tension tool. Does two different types of tubular locks. Okay. Whoa. Oh. Oh. So that one was actually just caught it on my foot and then dropped it. So that's basically, yeah, it's just a little bit by little bit, dry fit, do the internal measurements, do the external measurements, a little bit by little bit, fit it little bit by little bit until it binds. Once it starts to bind, back off. So I'll have to finish this another time, my friends, because my back has completely gone on me, and I in so much pain I can't actually concentrate anymore, which makes it a dangerous situation when working with sharp things. So we're going to have to call it there for today. Thank you, everyone, for joining me in chat. Thank you for your assistance in chat once again. You're getting me through my projects. Thank you very much. Thanks for everyone who joins after the live stream has finished and does all that funky tickling the algorithm stuff. And yet, yeah, I'll just dial it in slow now. Possibly we'll finish this on the next live. See how my back goes tomorrow. If I've got some time tomorrow, I might finish it tomorrow on a live. Yeah, my back is completely shot now. It is gone. Even though the shade is finally starting to come over the workbench at the end of the day, my back's blown. Yeah. I'm struggling to even breathe with it. So we'll have to call it. Zoe, you came in late. G'day, I didn't see you come in. G'day and goodbye. So thanks for joining us, everyone. Till the next time. Stay legal. Temptation is everywhere.